What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. It is early morning this Sunday. Not really too early. It's coming up on 9:30, and we're going to be working on the Skyline today. We're going to try to diagnose if the motor is fine, because that's the important part here. If the motor is fine, and if the motor is fine, what are we doing in the terms of what the game plan? So. Fingers crossed that we find good news today, and hopefully my bank account won't hurt at the end of today. Anyway, we're just waiting on Alex to get here. Unfortunately, they did this thing, I guess it's called tar and chip, and my road is literally sounds and looks like a dirt rock road. It even sounds, I've gone like camping in like an RV, it kind of sounds like that. That's the way it sounds. So anyway, I told Alex the roundabout way to get here without going down the dirt road for too long. Hopefully it doesn't get lost. Just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Literally, it is just, really just looks like a rock road, and Alex has, I think he's bringing super today, so he's just gonna fling rocks literally everywhere. So we'll see which way he comes. I told him to come off of that street, so we'll see what happens. Yeah. Well, I see Alex coming down the hill, so he clearly didn't listen to me, or he forgot which way to turn. So God bless you. And because he didn't listen to me, the car behind him is suffering. I told you to go down the other road.
I'm gonna read your whole text messages from now on.
Yeah, the whole text message. Oh boy. Yeah, you're gonna have. I was driving Carly's car this morning, and it's just a rock. There's a rock stuck with tar on it. So, the really good thing is I think most of the tar is dry, except there's definitely tar on your wheel now. So.
My wheels or my tire?
Your tire.
Oh,
Your tire. You probably have tar all over your side of your car. There's just rocks falling off your tires and dirt.
Sticky boy.
You're gonna spin.
I'm gonna park.
You can park here.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no space. All right. So the game plan. The game plan.
The game plan.
The
Plan
game
of the
plan.
games.
So we're gonna do a compression test on the car, and then we're gonna hopefully think that is it. Well, we're gonna hope that the compression test reads somewhat okay. We're hoping this battery has enough juice to do the compression test. Did you bring the battery?
No, but I realized that if we just hook up jumper cables to it and connect it to a car that runs, it's the same thing, right?
And destroy someone's alternator.
I'm not gonna destroy alternators.
Hopefully. Anyway, so we're gonna take all this stuff out so we can get into the coil packs, and hopefully we'll have good news with that. So we'll touch base once we start doing the test.
Terrifying.
Alright guys, well, this is probably going to be the most nerve-wracking thing, because this literally dictates what's going to happen. So we got everything. We got the fuel injector, the fuel injection or fuel pump fuse pulled. We got the coil packs off. The spark plugs. One of the spark plugs out, and that spark plug looked really good. Looks somewhat new-ish. Mm-hmm. So it looks like it may have been done when it got here, like in the United States.
Well, we're gonna find out. So
yeah, hopefully this battery works. If not, well, then we're really screwed. So anyway, we'll give you guys an update after we test the first one. Hopefully this will go smoothly.
yeah, I'm just gonna walk away.
It holds compression. It holds compression. I'll put the results somewhere on the screen. we think it's okay between
Yeah.
the differences, the variances. The one thing we will say this: we didn't put any oil into the cylinders. Like I guess you're supposed to put like a drop in.
Well, a couple of drops.
Yeah,
You're
just
supposed to hold the throttle open too. I didn't do that either.
yeah, we didn't do any of that. So this is the results with and also the battery was dead. So this was based off of connecting my battery from the TC to the Skyline and then running off of that.
From my experience, the compression is fine. Motor's good. We're gonna go ahead with this project.
Now we gotta figure out what to do and
How to do it.
how to do it and what parts to order. Good news, motor's working fine. Once Alex and I are gonna sit down, talk a little bit, and then we'll clue you guys in once we have a game plan. All right, so we got the good news.
Good news.
That's all we needed was the good news. The good news that our motor, my motor,
Your motor.
my motor, is fine. But, and we were after we talked to you guys last, we actually started trying to figure out where this leak could potentially be coming from. Alex got underneath the car. That's why his shirt is destroyed.
Oompa Loompa blew a load, but that's okay.
Yeah. And we couldn't find it from underneath the car, and we just started like leaning against the car, trying to see what we could find, and we think it might be from the heater core.
Heater hose.
The heater hose.
Not the heater core.
Yeah, not the heater core. The heater hose, because it's not where it comes in and out of the car. We believe it's where the heater hose goes to the motor. It might be popped off, it might be cracked, it might be, I don't know. But that's, if you look at the pipe in there, it's a different color than everything else. Everything else is kind of like dull gray. This was like orange.
Yeah.
Which kind of looks like that. So, that's where we think the leak is. Unfortunately, it is in a place that we really can't get to. I'm sure if the car was rear-wheel drive and it didn't have the front, you'd probably be able to get to it. I would say you'd probably be able to get to it.
I don't know that.
We don't know that, but
all I know now is we get to pull a motor.
Yeah, so that's the news. So we are going to be pulling the motor. Slowly but surely, Alex and I are going to start taking stuff out of the engine bay, like taking the wires, disconnecting everything, disconnecting hoses, just so we can get down just to the motor, the trans, and I guess like the front diff.
That'll stay with the trans.
Yeah, all of that. So,
motor's coming out.
The motor's coming out. So we're gonna get all the way down to that, and then once we do from there, we're not really sure what we're going to need. We know we need gaskets because the motor is leaking like crazy.
We're gonna go through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be done the way that it's supposed to be done.
Yeah. And we're gonna pull the reason we're pulling the motor so we can work on the motor and the off months.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff probably will need to be ordered, and it might take some time to get here. So just having the motor out.
I like my climate controlled areas, and when it's 30 degrees outside, you won't catch me outside. So I mean a climate controlled area, working.
Yeah, or at least a garage with a heater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a space heater. But yeah, so the motor's coming out, and then from there we'll end up deciding what exactly we're gonna do. I don't think we're gonna aim for high power, or it's probably just gonna go regular daily.
This man,
drivability.
I found out today that this man has driven this car 50 miles in 3 years. This man's gonna drive this car. I don't care if it makes it can make 30 horsepower. I don't care. It's going down the road.
Yeah.
But it will go.
Thank you for giving away my secret. But yeah,
the car sits.
Yeah, the car sits a lot. But yeah, so we'll take the motor out, and the other good thing is too is like while we're taking the motor out, we can clean the engine bay that really needs.
Oh, it's getting degreased.
Yeah,
there will be no corners cut.
Yeah, like we'll probably end up. We'll finish the battery relocation.
That he started like a year.
Yeah, we'll delete the ABS. We'll start stripping down the engine bay where we can get it nice and clean. And we're talking about maybe changing the intake manifold and going to a full front mount instead of just a, I guess, side front mount intercooler. So there's a lot of stuff that we can do. Now, again, I am not rich, so this is going to be all down to what I can afford without cutting corners.
It will be a budget built.
Very budget
car.
Very budget.
Budget built car, but it will be resealed. It will be done properly. It will be clean, and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
And you'll be happy because you'll have to drive today.
Exactly. So that's the game plan. Of course, this isn't going to happen overnight either. We'll probably end up doing like bits and pieces here, where one day we'll start.
Once the motor comes out, though, there'll be video after video after video after video of just motor.
Depending on parts. That's the other thing.
We're gonna order parts beforehand.
Yeah, we don't know what parts we need, for that matter. But
every single gas.
like the stuff for the TC, that I finally got a shipping label. For one thing, I'm still waiting on the other thing. So
that was ordered 3 months ago, 4 months ago.
Yeah, exactly. So one of those things where we're gonna order stuff, figure out what we need, see how long it's gonna take us to get it, and then hopefully go from there and have a car for next season that we can drive and go to shows and have fun.
Between this and the TL, which you'll find out about that soon, it's gonna be work.
Yeah. Lots of stuff coming up, and as much as I've been working a lot on the TC, and a lot of stuff's been going to the TC this year, there really isn't much left for the TC. Like I said at the beginning of the year, or last year for that matter, there's really not much to do for the TC, and apart from certain things like heavily modifications and turbo kits, there's really not much else to do. So
it's also your daily.
It is very much a daily.
This doesn't run, so you can't mess it up.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, good news. The motor's fine.
Motor's good.
Good news. The motor's coming out. Kind of. That's kind of good news.
It's more work.
It's more work, but at least we'll be able to give you guys content between now and next year, apart from the other stuff that I have planned for the TC, and then once things come in for the TL, we'll go from there. But yeah, sounds like I'm on a dirt road.
Because we basically are.
Yeah, that's a dirt road. Yeah. Anyway, guys, also sorry for the lack of content. More stuff coming soon. A lot of stuff coming soon, I should say.
This winter. I know it's really awkward to say.
Yeah, this winter, we got a new movie coming out.
www.pornhub.com. Just kidding.
Not the, no. Oh God, it's hot. It's way too hot for that. Anyway, catch you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys are ready for the next chapter.